that your throne is finally gone from you. Say, God has rejected you. Then truth came out. He now said, I have sinned against God. Please forgive me. Pardon me. It was because I feared the people and obeyed their voices. I feared the people and obeyed their voices. He doesn't want to lose his throne. So that's why he now is doing as if he has repented when he has not repented. He showed that it was because he was afraid of the people that he disobeyed God and listened to the voice of the people. This is what self does in many believers. They are afraid of their wives. They are afraid of their parents. They are afraid of their brothers and sisters. Some of them are afraid of their pastors and bishops, afraid of their colleagues and classmates. And because of this fear, they will go against what God has asked them to do. Sincerely speaking, some men are afraid of their wives. They don't want their wife to frown at what they are doing, which they know that God has asked them to do. They are not free. Sometimes you see them, they want to give, but they won't want their wife to know, because they know that if their wife knows that they are giving, the house will be set on fire that day. They are not free. I don't want to say that they married the wrong person, but I know that they are not free. A lot of factors can be responsible. Maybe the foundation of the marriage was not laid on time and laid well. Do you understand what I'm talking about? When you are doing courtship, you begin to worship the lady. You are worshiping the sister now. So as you are worshiping her, adoring her, you are laying a foundation. By the time it is time for you to state what God said and what should be done, no, that foundation will stand. She will tell you that this foundation cannot be removed. During courtship, you are afraid to take a stand. You can't take it now in marriage. Saul said, I feared the people. I feared the people and I disobeyed God. Are you afraid of your wife, brothers? Are you afraid of your parents? And you are disobeying God? This is what self does. It creates an atmosphere of fear and make you to disobey God. Are you afraid of your siblings? I think about 2 years ago, my brother wanted to come out for the president of Town Union, and he told me about it. So all of us were preparing to go and vote for him that day. And as the date was reaching, I decided to ask God how he wants me to spend the Christmas period. And God said, that period you are supposed to be in a set apart with me. There are things I want to show you, so you must not be available within that range of time. I say, but my brother will not understand. He will be very angry with me. How am I going to handle it? Then I have to know whether I will choose between God, obeying God, and what? Some of you, in that kind of case, it may look as if that what God is saying is not serious again. You just see yourself, you are still going to be praying, you go and pray, do morning devotion, but that day you enter vehicle going to vote. So, and I know the kind of person my brother is a kind of person that if you ever tell him that you are not going to come, fight will start from that moment. So, but what I did, I said, okay, let me be calling him and be following him up on the preparation. So when I was calling him, as the time was reaching, one day, as if something told him, this one you are calling, I hope you are going to be there. I didn't answer him, I was quiet. And I said, I will not. He said, if I try it, then both of us are not going to be brothers again. And he off the phone immediately. very angry. But you know, I have no fear of him. I fear God. And because I fear God, I have zero fear for men. You know what I did? I went for my set apart, off my phone, and was with my God. Today we are still brothers. But he threatened that we will not be brothers then. But we are still brothers today. Saul said, I feared the people. Self will make you to fear the people. You can't be vessel for revival fearing the people. Fearing your parents. When your parents are asking you to do what is against God, against the will of God, and you know, what will you say? You will say that God will say, children, obey your parents, isn't it? So when your parents ask you to go and steal and do what is wrong, you will tell God that it is you that say I should obey them, isn't it? No. The highest authority is God. Are you hearing me? Some parents can be wrong, especially if they don't know God. What are you afraid of? Who are you afraid of that is making you not to take a stand and follow God and do what God is putting in your mind to do? Some people are afraid of answering full-time ministry call. They are so afraid. Why are they afraid? What people will say. They are afraid of how their family will see it, how people will talk about it. But they know that God is calling them. They know that God has called them, but they cannot obey God because of fear. That is self. That is self. Search your heart diligently to know whether there is anyone on planet Earth you fear more than God. If there is such a person, you must pause here now and pray until your heart is delivered from the fear of men.